Yeah, and it looks like Vanilla here just slowly walking up and clearing out this A main space. Playing a little bit more of a default here.
Portal closed.
Like it. I think they're going to be playing a little bit slow because they did win out that pistol round, mind you, and they do have the stronger weaponry. But you play too recklessly, you end up giving up that gun advantage. So they are going to be looking for picks. And I think I like the play coming out from NOOB Esports to just play a bit slowly themselves, not overextend, and look to hunt and just gamble on a certain player, right? And they are gambling. This is going to be a big hit. And look at the stack they are building up here. But I love the counter from Rampage. Just Vanilla is giving a lot of info to his team.
You know, definitely. And we can just see how there's only just the four of them just being stacked on towards B side. And Nick here, having to play by himself, manages to get one though, gets two off the bat. Trying to get out of the situation, won't be able to do that though. But a very nice 2 picks from Nick there, his gameplay.
Yeah, the Cove comes out as well, trying to stall out the retake, but the recon dart should be available to give the information here.
When we can see them trying to close it out. Viper's Molly will be landed down onto default. Albe here, managing to pick off Frag Goblin as well. It is now 1v1 against Moped, and Balbe managing to clutch up the round.
What a clutch up from Balbe, and I gotta say, Niek also going. Is it Niek or Neek? I want to confirm this real quick. Neek. Okay, let's stick with Neek. But I gotta say, that was a beautiful first 2 kills from Neek there. Getting the first 2 bloods there, opened up the map, giving a numbers advantage, and there was a little bit of a miscommunication, by the way. Frag Goblin ended up giving up that front side control by moving towards the middle of the pyramids. And what ended up happening is that one of the players on the side of NOOB Esports got a flank kill. So they gave up control of front side. And there was the miscommunication costed them their lives. And with that, anti-eco round surprisingly goes to the side of NOOB, which means they have the gun advantage into this 3rd round.
Yep, and it does look like Nick will be able to pick up Smith here. Ariane will be able to get the trade off while Wally getting absolute, landing the most amazing shots there from the people coming up through mid doors. Does manage to secure another round for NOOB.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, when it comes to these kind of like moments where you're trying to execute towards mid, you gotta be wary of the main control, the site control, right? You need main players there. And Natsuki Subaru, goated name by the way, had control of that A main, so that allows Wally to actually play so aggressively on front site, causing a very bad pincer or very a bad chokehold for the side of Rampage, and that is what costed them despite getting the first kill.
And it looks like it will just be a fast hit on towards this B side. Balbe using the Viper's Molly to try and slow down the push. Won't be able to do much though as they start planting.
Ooh. I mean, open site once again. It's gonna be a retake, but they do have the Cosmic Divide to play for this. Drone will spot out too. Let's see how they execute here towards the side, NOOB.
Yeah, Cosmic Divide will be sent out. Balbe just looking out for the retake for flanks though. Moped will manage to pick off Wally here. Being traded out by Ixie though. And it looks like NOOB is absolutely dominating with this retake and absolutely sweeps up.
Oh wait, there was a little bit of an important factor that I actually noticed there. Honestly, the retake was beautiful. The Cosmic Divide, wonderful. But the timing for NOOB Esports was ridiculously lucky. What ended up happening is Moped actually gets the opening pick due to the Owl Drone. And sure, you get a pick there, it works. The problem is that they end up losing backside control and they try to recontest it, which is fair. You know what ended up happening? Balbe crossed right as Vanilla goes for the flash. So Balbe gets an opening pick on the front side on one of their players, and that just opens up the map for the side of NOOB Esports, and hence the retake worked in their favor.
That is ridiculous, and it looks like Nosky here just trying to hold this A main space here, just waiting by this one way. Not wanting to let this go. Does hear the owl drone though.
Gotta go.
Will be spotted by the owl drone. Natsuki trying to bait out whatever movement there is here. We'll be backing off into behind pyramids. Ollie using his owl drone will be able to spot out Moped here.
Honestly, it's just a slow play once again from both teams, neither wanting to overextend. So I think at this point, the one that has to make the execution first is going to be Rampage. They need to be able to take some space here because the clock is ticking and it's not in their favor. So it is an A-side lean with the Spike playing there, and they are drawing rotations. Problem is, you're going to be running into Ixie's operator.
Yeah, and we can see that they're just huddling up over into the A mains now. Will be running into the op. Does unfortunately miss out though. But Natsuki managing to spray out Vanilla through the recon drone.
Spike planted.
The dart, I believe.
Yes, indeed. Medium bolts available, by the way. They can look for this retake, but the Viper Wall will make this a bit difficult.
Shocking.
Ooh, Natsuki unfortunately not managing to land a hit on Smith though. Nick and Wally managing to pick off the members. 2v2 on the line, and it's all down to Nick. Overdrone available for Smith. Trying to buy time.
Come now, come on. Diffuse. Thrifty.
And it's just being absolutely pincered, yeah, by both Smith and Moped there. Is it Moped or Moped?
I am just going for Moped, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just assuming it's much fun. It's much funnier to say Moped, in my opinion. I mean, why not? I love those things. But like,
I love those things
I want
too.
one.
Like, and they look so fun. Hello, like.
True, exactly. But you know, I gotta say, I think Moped's having a bit of fun here too. Going for that solo play down through the middle of pyramid, pincering. A beautiful coordination from the side of Rampage, I gotta say. You know, on a thrifty, I believe.
And you can see we have the solo Viper's pit onto a B site. Unfortunately, Smith will be taken out by Neek there. Night landing, very nice shot. Oh my gosh!
Oh, come on.
Beautiful recon.
And you have Nick picking off the mid push here, and it's all left down to Frag Goblin in the wings here. 1v3 situation. Trying to isolate any sort of fight, but Balbe manages to clear off the round.
A little bit of a misplay coming out from the side of Rampage. And yes, they use the Reckoning, but they use it forward towards the back side, right? And the thing is, I don't think they expected Neek to be playing so forward in that area, right? In the corner. Now, the thing is, the Recon Dart was also beautiful from Wally, by the way, spawning out too, which allows Neek to open up that fight by getting a shot through the smoke and then runs in and catches Moped off guard. And that's what costed them the round. And they do have control also of that A main push. And yes, Ixie did whiff the op shot, but at the end of the day, I think Neek just popped off with that 4K.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely crazy shooting there from Neek. And it looks like just playing slow. I really do like these slow plays and the patience that come out with all the players. Ixie though will manage to spot out Balbe. Will retreat back over towards this B site.
Interesting one here. They're playing forward. They can catch Natsuki off guard, but I think Natsuki is playing a much safer angle here instead.
Oh, and you can see the timing there, just not being on Noob's side there, and it's all left down to Wally and Neek here for the retake, as all the players of Rampage are going towards backside.
And it's going to be a difficult one to retake on the side of NOOB Esports. Of course, they do have the Hunter's Fury and Cosmic Divide, but they have to be wary of the fact that if they burn these ultimates, they're going to be a big disadvantage going into the next round. But, I mean, I won't discount Vanilla as well from using this ultimate to clear out some corners, but Vanilla just opens it up by killing Neek right off the bat with that operator. And
you can see here Wally managing to hear these players. Does manage to pick off Frag Goblin. Trying to get another pick. Will pick off Vanilla. And they, Rampage over here won't be able to manage to save the off. Smith, though, will be able to save the gun for the next round.
You know, mind you, despite it, yeah, it's 4-3 round, and it looks like, you know, NOOB Esports are doing well, which they are. They're in the lead. But that was surprisingly very costly for them. Their economy is not in a good state, and some of them won't be even able to buy rifles in this sort of situation here, especially because they committed to 2 ops, right, for IXI. And now, believe it or not, it is actually going to be the side of Rampage on the advantage here, especially since they have these ultimates to play off of.
I'll handle this.
And we can see here you got the Yoros Dimensional Drift here. We'll manage to spot out all 3. This trap play, it was absolutely beautiful, and Hunter's Fury managing to spot out one here. Nick will pick up Vanilla as well, and it is left in a 5v3.
Cutting through.
Oh, what a beautiful like synergy.
Yeah, that was an absolutely beautiful trap play there. And you can see here, Rampage being absolutely pincered on all ends, not knowing what to do. They have to take this fight in spawn. Fire Goblin will manage to pick off IXI though. And gets absolutely... Oh, Fire Goblin managing to pick out 3, managing to pick out 4.
4K?
It's a 1v2 situation now. The reverse is crazy. It's all left down to Neek now. 1v2 situation. How did this even happen?
I honestly don't know. I mean, they ended up taking 1 versus 1s, and yes, sure, they did try to swing on that elbow control, but I think Frag Goblin, I mean...
Heading to the above. Quick feet, quick trigger. There.
Who's next? Here. Here. Time to jump.
Anika will manage to unfortunately whip onto Smith, being traded out by Novsky though.
Shock dart.
Trades being sent back left, right, and forward. Wally does get caught out here by Orange, does know and has his location revealed. Albe here, trying to flank here, trying to get the pick. Does manage to pick off Frag Goblin. Does cause a bit of concern here for Rampage. IXI here does manage to spot out Arion here, but gets unfortunately picked off, and it is all left down to in this 2v2 situation here. Moped looking quite low. Wally just trying to hold for this Moped here, and they hold the defuse, and they manage to win out the round.
Oh my gosh!
Unfortunately though, will lose the guns by a solid 2k there by Moped.
That was beautiful from Moped, honestly. And, you know, a costly round, as you mentioned, right, for the side of NOOB Esports. Sure, they get the round, but they're going to be on a weak bye going into this. And I gotta say, the overdrive from both sides are definitely play a big factor into this round if they so choose to do so. But I'm thinking this might be looking like a rush for Rampage, living up to their namesake, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. And will be a B rush here. This team, the execution is just going fine. Wally, though, trying to get the timing and get one. Does get caught out by Vanilla, though. Bear manages to pick up Ariane. We'll be waiting for backup here.
It's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. The Harbor utility definitely making it a bit fishy on this retake, but there's still 3 alive, but Sheriff's only for Balbe and Nick.
The Cyber Drone will clear it out.
Enemy remaining.
Hey, oh my gosh. You blink and you missed that. Oh my word. Frag Goblin. Frag Goblin?
I think that was a misclick.
Oh no.
He looked very confused after he did that. That is. He'll get it. He'll get it back in. No, actually, he can't. It's last 2 rounds.
It's last 2 rounds. That's so unfortunate. The fat finger on the Hunter's Fury. I mean, that could be costly. That's all I'm saying.
It could be. And that round was also costly for them, by the way, for the side of Rampage, and they were able to play that cancel or retake on the side of NOOB pretty cleanly. Ended up losing the round, but it costed 3 players, and now Rampage are just pushing back B again.
Yeah, and you can see here, just trying to clear out side. Smith does manage to pick up Balbe while he trying to get the trade off, but unfortunately doesn't manage to get it. Does manage to land a few shots, share shots on Vanilla, but is left to a 5v3. Neek here, playing from backside, managing to land these nasty Guardian shots. As Rampage does keep giving Neek ones, trying to play together here. Trying to isolate this fight. Does unfortunately get spotted out by Moped and is all left down to Ixie on site. Do they know that Ixie is here though?
Well, Drone will definitely make them know, so
yeah.
Bit of a difficult situation for Ixie now, especially since it is 1 versus 3, and I don't think he's getting out of here. Ariane will be the one to pick up the kill, and I gotta say, right now, Rampage, you know, we're talking about the unpredictability factor of this team, and definitely they're trying to make it a lot simpler. It's not really unpredictable, more so it is chaotic. They are really rushing into side, playing these fast plays, and that's kind of what's working for them right now. And I feel like esports are trying to give up space, but Smith and Frag Goblin are definitely doing wonders this round so far. Opening up the map, getting those first bloods are key for Rampage to keep up that side control.
Yeah, 100%. And it is last round, and it looks like Rampage is going for a little bit more of their default here. NOOB Esports are pushing up and just trying to take control of as much space as they can.
There.
Wait. Interesting situation right now. I will say. Look at the position on the side of NOOB Esports. The recon dart doesn't spot them out either, so they can choose to scale up here, but I don't think they're gonna risk it. The side of Rampage, instead of rushing, they are playing this mid default, but they have no main control. But guess what? Neither do NOOB Esports. So this mid push can work so heavily in their favor if Wally's unable to back out of this position.
Yeah, and you can see the Owl drone does manage to clear out quite a few, quite a few gunshots here. And it looks like it will be a rush onto this and onto mid doors. Shock darts trying to be sent back to delay the inevitable, but Balbe will manage to get Vanilla and wait
Triple
for
flank.
yeah. 5v4 now. Aspect Divide and Viper's Pit will be available for this retake here. Moped does unfortunately pick off Wally though, catching the timing there.
Oh boy. 2 versus 4. They are aware that there could be a flank, but they're all towards mid with this Cosmic Divide. They can look for a potential kick here onto Moped, but it's just gonna be a 1-for-1.
Aww. And unfortunately, it's all just left to Balbe. Does manage to pick up Smith though, but the shock dart just managing to nick Balbe there. And it's 5-7 with Rampage leading this first half.
Honestly, Rampage, they really are pushing through their limits here at the moment. I will say their control of the sites have been very stellar. Like, it really goes off the backs of Smith and Frag Goblin playing these frontline angles, right? And I will say that the rest of the team is able to support them fairly well. So there's a lot of aspects wherein Smith is just clearing the difficult angles while the rest of the team play for these closer clears. And that aspect might translate to defense as well, because I'm expecting Rampage to be playing rather aggressively in these situations, especially because they have these more aggressive walls.
100%. And as you can see here, NOOB trying to take a page out of Rampage's book here, trying to do this to execute. And there will be Neek just managing to pick up Smith and Moped, caught hanging with their guns out.
Oh, a little bit of labor there on that
Yeah.
angle. Frag Goblin's able to get the kill. Sheriff is stronger in that long range against the Bandit, but I mean, Frag Goblin's in a 1 versus 3 on 32 HP. I don't think he's gonna get anything here, as Wally will be the one to pick it up, and we are gonna be giving this pistol round to the side of Noob Esports at 6-7. Oh boy.
6-7. Oh boy.
No, that's
No.
that's why
no,
I said oh boy.
No. Boy. All right. But,
yes, you want to continue that.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to continue that. No. Enough. But yeah, it's just very unfortunate. That retake. The Nick managing to get those very nice that very nice two there. Manages to the round 1 here, and it looks like it will be a little bit of an ace skirmish here. Bear does manage to pick up Vanilla, trying to fight for this ult orb.
Boy, I mean, I like this little play coming out from the side of Noob Esports, actually forcing those rotations, forcing that stack, and now I think Rampage are catching on to this play, but they are gonna be re-rotating back towards A. It's a battle of wits here, it seems, in this round, and so far, I think Noob Esports might have it in the bag here, but Rampage, I think they're just second-guessing themselves and playing this stack instead.
Yeah, no, and we can see we have the Aldrin here, clearing things out here. Moped will be able to hear that, and it's all... Oh my gosh, this is gonna be an absolute bloodbath here. You can see...
Really will be.
Noob here just trying to clear out as many close corners as they can. Pushing into this now. Absolute bloodbath. Wally managing to pick up 2. It's all left down to Smith managing to pick up Ixie before being traded out by Natsuki over there. It's now 7-7, evening things up here.
Indeed. I mean, anti-eco round will almost always go to the side of those with the stronger guns or the stronger weaponry, except for that first pistol round we saw. But I will say, Noob Esports, what they're good at here is, it seems to me, is their reads, right? And if they know it's a difficult read, if they know it's a difficult push, they will play it the safest way they can. And that's exactly what they're playing around. They're playing around heavy utility, heavy execution utility. And Ixie definitely playing a huge factor into that entrance on the ace side. The question is, on this bonus round, can they look for as many picks as possible, because they are on the weaker weaponry?
Yeah, no, that is a good question indeed. And you can see over here that Noob is trying to push up against this elbow space here. Smath does manage to get Ixie with that spray. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely diabolical there. They will be able to pick up Vanilla on towards this A site. Oh, does manage to get tagged a little by Frag Goblin there. And it's all left down. Oh, Wally does manage to pick up Frag Goblin. Unfortunately, doesn't expect Smith to be there. Gets picked out, unfortunately. Ariane caught trying to rotate back on towards this backside here. And Plant will be able to go down for Noob Esports, but will they expect this flank from Moped here? The timing, Balbe gets absolutely picked off, knife out, and it's all left down to this 2v2. Smith being able to pick off Subaru here.
Right there.
It's all left down to Nick's position being revealed, and Smith just landing these clean shots. And the retake is absolutely incredible.
It's really good from the side of the Newbies Rampage here on this round. But Noob Esports, the reason why I'm saying it's good for Noob Esports here is because, believe it or not, despite them losing the round, they actually get a huge advantage in the sense it was the bonus. And they costed 3 guns on the side of Rampage. Granted though, Vanilla will still have that operator going into this round. So I'm expecting Vanilla to try and play a little bit aggressively, holding on to these forward angles, because the benefit of Yoru is that Yoru can easily escape from dangerous situations. And I'm thinking Vanilla is definitely going to be playing this angle on the forward position with, it seems, Frag Goblin playing for a very aggressive play as well.
And you can see them slowly, you can see Noob slowly pushing up towards this A main space here. We'll be using the Euroblind to clear that fight space. Cosmic Divide will be going out here. Our Goblin pulling out this recon dart. And it will just be playing, they will just be playing retake here.
There.
On the side.
It's gonna be an interesting retake. Yeah, the Cosmic Divide will make it a bit difficult here. Natsuki holding on to this corner position. It's a 5 versus 5. Hunter's Fury is still available, but Frag should be able to get some info here.
Enemy mark.
And yeah, we'll catch out 3 players there on towards this default. Unfortunately, does get stunned. Smith landing with this overdrive, trying to clear out this tight position. Hunter's Fury will be going down though. Smith clearing things out, will be taken out by Neek. And Hunter's Fury does manage to tag out Vanilla. 3v2 here. And defusing will be stuck. And unfortunately, does not manage to land that shock dart in time. Nice 2k though by Wally. But unfortunately, Rampage there just managing to win out that retake, and that was just absolutely beautiful.
I mean, this is what I mean, by the way, when I say Rampage really likes to rampage, right? They really go full at it. They give up the site and they say, hey, we have an aggressive comp. We have a lot of utility to play off of because we give up the space. And that's what they play off of, right? They play off their utility. And that's how you're supposed to play Valorant. They let them burn all their util on the attacking side and then they re-execute. And that works so much in their favor here.
Yeah. You can see NOOB going for a little bit more of a mid, just a default 1-3-1 default here towards mid side.
Flooding vision.
Interesting.
Oh, and gets picked off unfortunately Moped by Ixie there with the operator in hand. Now like, just holding this close, this pixel angle, seeing if there's anyone that's going to be pushing up towards that B main Smith here, slowly trying to clear out mid. Does catch Ixie though, and will be able to tell the team that, hey, we have spotted these players. They are heading towards this A main site.
Who's next?
Now Rampage will be expecting this execute. Dimensional Drift here will be sent out, trying to clear out these close quarter space. Does spot out Smith and Frag Goblin on the back side here.
Greedy, he gets out though. They're
Yeah,
rotating
and
on 30 seconds.
Yeah, it does manage to clear this out. Like, just sell this bait out. And you have Nick here selling out this, just telling everyone, hey, we have B-side for free.
Got concealment.
And Nick does catch out Smith as well, leaving this in a 4v2 situation for Rampage. Not knowing really what to do. Frag Goblin and Ariane just looking towards the save here, just with this operator in hand.
And I will say right now, it's a 4 versus 2. They're just going to be saving this, as you mentioned, right? Operator on Ariane.
Yeah.
It's difficult for the side of Rampage to play for this retake. And to be fair, they are on a decent standing. So they are going to be comfortable losing this round at the very least. But what isn't comfortable for them is that their economy is kind of shot. So
yeah,
I do think NOOB Esports will have a great advantage going to the next round unless, and there's going to be a big if here. I think Rampage are going to be playing aggressively in the next round to play for Frag Goblin's ultimate. One away from it, can look to fight for main space and play for that ultimate orb. And I think that could be the potential idea here for the side of Rampage.
Yeah, no, that is definitely a very good possibility, as you can see here. Trying to figure out what to do in terms of how they should play for Rampage. And it looks like, I did really like that last round though, how they tried to fake that really sell out that push with the dimensional drift there. And Nick just getting all that B side space was absolutely incredible. And yeah,
oh, no.
It's like going for the mid push here. Unfortunately, Balbe whipping the up shot there will be able to hear that the players are pushing on towards this B side. Balbe holding this with a very close edge here. Unfortunately, will be faced by a multitude of people trying to get back up here, and Nick will be able to help the teammate out, Frag Goblin and Vanilla, managing to pick off two of NOOB Esports members, but it's all just left down to Vanilla with this op in hand, and unfortunately it looks like it just might be another save here.
I will say, I feel like they're not getting a lot of value from this operator on the side of Rampage. I mean, their whole shtick is that they really like playing aggressively, and I feel like they're not really doing that so much on the defense. And don't get me wrong. Defenders don't have to play aggressively. I get that. But I feel like their whole idea, the whole position of their comp is to fight for space, and they're just not doing that. I expected them to fight for main space, fight for that orb, but instead they fight for elbow control, which isn't a bad idea, but you're running into the fact that you may end up losing these areas where you can't easily control, because fighting for elbow is not neutral space. That is the attacker's space. So you're running into the attackers when they have the more advantageous angle. You want to fight for neutral space. You want to fight for the space where you are equal in position and you fight for numbers. I think that's what they should have done on that econ round. Now, obviously, they have the buys. They still have that operator. They are going to play it a bit differently. So I'm looking forward to what Vanilla can do with this operator finally.
Yeah, we can see we just have a little bit of a slower play here from
Toxin screen down.
NOOB. Just trying to ease up on this space. Vanilla trying to hold this pixel angle. Unfortunately, won't be able to do anything. Gets smoked off from it, and we'll have to play this retake yet again. You do have the Hunter's Fury though, trying to delay the spike plant. Ollie will get tagged by it, yeah. Cosmic Divide will be going out, trying to delay just a little bit of time here from these from Rampage.
Reckoning.
And Reckoning will go out. Unfortunately, Vanilla and Arion just managing to pick up these pick off NOOB here. And it's all down left to Valbe with this operator in hand. Does manage to pick off Frag Goblin up there. And not half, but unfortunately Valve managing to get off Vanilla, but Smith does manage to get the trade out, and it's 9-10. What a beautiful reckoning that was.
Honestly, I was surprised that Balbi got a blind shot, headshot, mind you.
Yeah.
To Vanilla there. A little bit interesting, but Vanilla getting the kill on the Ixie is why they ended up winning. Ixie could have gone huge there with that push up down towards wall, towards arches. And the thing is, Vanilla was ready for it. Ixie was being watched. And Ixie got that flank kill, it would have definitely been a big change up as to how the side of Rampage will be playing that retake. However, I will say that they are looking at a decent state for the side of NOOB Esports. They still have that Hunter's Fury. Balbe, one away from this Viper Spit. They can look to play the side hold with this kind of utility.
Yeah, and there will be a Viper Spit invested on towards, but Aldrin will be spotting Balbe, Arion out here. Does manage to get a reposition in though.
Pushing in.
And it looks like, yeah, they're gonna just slowly push in here. A little bit exposed though, leaving this backside backside very exposed. And Balbe managing to pick up Vanilla, yeah. Leaving a hole in Rampage's defense here. Moped will pick off Volley, but Arion does manage to get picked off, and Moped will be able to get Subaru. Does manage to pick off Nick as well, and it's all left down to Ixie on this 1v3 here. Spike in hand, so could potentially rotate. But Moped just holding the wall here. Unfortunately, doesn't get the kill, land their kill on Ixie, and it's all left down to Ixie. 72 HP here.
30 seconds left.
I mean, right now, he can look to execute back towards B with that teleportation, with that gate crash, and he will choose to do so. 20 seconds left. He might go for the plant here, but really Bolt will stop him.
Why? You know, that was really rough. Unfortunately, I'm investing the TP there, the gate crash there, to invest in going towards B site, planting there, holding that. I feel like I feel like it was a really rough situation. You really don't have enough time to play there, and you're going to be you're pretty much cautious about everything. Like the Smith and Goblin would be.
Yeah, it's a difficult position to be in. I mean, they're playing against the Viper split, so there's a lot of control for the side of Rampage there to play on that site. And I think that little off-angle pick from Aryan was vital into clearing out and holding on to that front site. And now it feels like NOOB Esports are wanting to play towards this B split, wanting to play towards mid with that overdrive.
Oh, I guess unfortunately Moped just getting shut down by Natsuki Super Duo there. And Smith does pick up Natsuki, Vanilla picking up Ixie as well. Ariane does manage to clear off Balbe backside, and it's all just left down to Wally, and that retake getting absolutely shut down one by one was absolutely incredible. The bloodbath I'm seeing on site there was just insane.
I mean, Rampage is like taking fights, man. Like honestly, it's really all about just forcing these angles, forcing these plays, and catching them off guard. I feel like NOOB Esports are the type of team to really just play for a lot of more defensive positions, play a lot more for, despite being attacked, right? They play a lot more, they play a lot safer. They play a lot for these picks or these angles, right? But Rampage, they just force everything. They force these fights when NOOB Esports just aren't ready, and it's just working so much in their favor. And now they're playing in this 3v1. They should have the advantage with Vanilla scouting up the map.
Yeah, and you can see here Dimensional Drift just managing to clear out. Does catch up Vanilla though, and it will be stuck onto this half. Shock Dart's trying to delay the inevitable, but unfortunately,
oh my gosh,
will be stuck. And Wally, very nice 4K though, will unfortunately have match point on towards Rampage's side. You know, match point looking very good and solid for Rampage. To their attacks and their site retakes, it's just really aggressive, and just you can tell it's just oozing off their playstyle.
Yeah, they really like playing into these angles, and honestly, I think the side of NOOB Esports, I think they need to respond to it. I think this kind of like slow plays, these kind of play for picks, just isn't really working. And they have tried to force, don't get me wrong, they have tried to force, but now they're changing back up to these pick plays. But look, Rampage are also playing for it, so they're just reading each other. So it's all up to who can open this map, and I think the side of Rampage are very much prepared for this A-side take because they have 3 players stacked up towards it.
Time to jump.
Yeah, we can see here it's just really quiet off the board. You know, everyone's just trying to play for their angles, hold these, just trying to get as much information as they can. We can see a little bit of a mid push here though. Smith are holding this in.
I'll handle this.
One-dimensional drift, getting information. It's gonna be the combo again, it seems.
Anyone else?
Yeah, and you can see the dimensional drift here. Just trying to get this pick, but Ixie not TPing out until the and gets picked up by Vanilla, and it's all just left down to a 5v2. Everything crumbling apart for NOOB Esports. 9-12. Balbe managing to pick up Smith though, and it's all left down. Balbe, hello? Wait, 1v1 now.
He hears him.
Oh, no way! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
If he was heard. At the end of the day, low HP against a weapon that can just kill you in one bullet, you're not really gonna be winning that, or you don't have, the odds are not in your favor, and definitely that is what ended up being the case for NOOB Esports. And with that, Rampage, I mean, this is a best of 3 series, mind you, so it's not over for the side of NOOB, but Rampage will be taking that map number 1 in a pretty convincing manner, I will say. I mean, 9-13, sure, but at the same time, I feel like Rampage had a lot of control throughout the entirety of this game thus far.
Yeah, they really had, once they managed to get the momentum onto their side, they managed to really swing things around in that game. And from what it looked like with that very even looking game, it all just became so one-sided towards Rampage because of their aggression and towards, like, you know, all their aggressive players, how they managed to like secure the space and hold it down. And they were just, their reads were just like, just better, unfortunately, for the side of NOOB.
I feel like NOOB Esports, they definitely had potential, right, in this game, and I feel like their reads were pretty good, I'd say, throughout the entirety of that map. The problem is that, again, it felt like Rampage just felt a little bit more ready for these fights. They felt a little bit more, how to say, more, it's really just up to their aggressiveness, right? They played for these picks, they played for these angles that didn't make sense, and I think that's what ended up making it work. NOOB Esports seemed like a team that they let their experience lead the way, but they don't let their gut instinct lead them forward. Like the confidence is there, sure, but they aren't just swinging these angles that they can look to take. And don't get me wrong, right? Rampage are very good at punishing these moments, but I feel like what ended up happening is Rampage were just full front, taking every opportunity they could take, and that's what gave them that advantage. They really wanted to play for every single moment, and they knew how to play off ability timings. That's what I noticed as well.
Yeah.
Rampage would always play off the lack of utility that NOOB Esports had, and I think, you know, I'm talking about them taking a lot of fights. It's also it's very smart tactics that they're using, battle tactics of playing off what your opponent lacks, and that's what Rampage did perfectly.
You know, definitely. They just Rampage there just played really, really well. I wish that I could see a lot more like aggression from NOOB Esports, but like, you know, because they love their like the meticulous game, like their you know, the executes and trying to work things out. I feel like if they just noticed a little bit earlier, if they wanted to get a few more rounds, maybe just try and play more aggressive. Maybe fight for, you know, those old orbs, as you were saying, like that one round when they were one off the Hunter's Fury. You know, I was also expecting them to push up and try and get like for A main, but yeah.
Yeah, it felt like there were a lot of opportunities that I think NOOB Esports, right, they just weren't confident in taking. And I think that's in part due to the fact that Rampage just felt a lot more overwhelming. Like they put the pressure really onto the side of NOOB Esports, and I think that's really was their advantage here. Now, obviously, this is a best of 3 series, and game 1 does go to the side of Rampage. However, I think NOOB Esports are prepping for this. They are now aware of how Rampage plays. They are now aware as to what to look out for. I'm sure they have a game plan going into map number 2, but honestly, Mal, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, honestly, I can't wait for like any of the the more of the games. You know, what we have, the map that's after this is going to be I believe it's Haven. Yeah, it is Haven. Yeah. But anyways,
okay?
we'll go in for a little bit of a break before the next map, and so we'll see you guys soon. It'll be 4 minutes, and so yeah, make sure to go hydrate, make sure to go get some snacks, because, you know, we're definitely not done yet with the games here tonight.
No le gusta que le regale el oído. No se asusta, sé que su barrio tiene sonido. Otra noche, a tu lado lo único que pido. No sé qué me hiciste, por más que hagas de tu nombre no me olvido. Las trenes pegan con el vestido. De su de Madrid saqué son los míos. Cuando cada noche entra el frío. Coge por ahí, está con el desvío. Tengo ganas de verte, pero ya me he ido. Es lo que he tocado, es lo que he vivido. Algún día directo, esto es mío. Los míos los botes. Los tuyos están nifando pope. Me lo pone pa' que la choque. En su tierra sería bobote. No te equivoques. No le gusta que le regale el oído. No se asusta. Sé que su barrio tiene sonido. Otra noche a tu lado, lo único que pido. No sé qué me hiciste. Por más que hagas de tu nombre no me olvido. Quiero que la se la paga. No eres calle, eres baba. Habla pero no estaba. Estoy mirando cómo se clava. Y te imagino dónde te llevaba. Al acostar sol en la madrugada. Solo disfruta, no digas nada. Ya soy más de lo que esperaba. No le gusta. No le gusta. No le gusta. No le gusta. De la Seven Gang Gang. De la Seven Gang Gang. De la Seven Gang 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 Gang. No, 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 no le gusta. No, 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 no le gusta. No, 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 no le gusta. No, 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 no.
Welcome back, everyone, to the TXG Circuit Invitationals. We are back from a very lovely break, and you know, from a very crazy and like it was a very crazy game that last game 9-13 for 13-9 towards Rampage there, like, being able to win out that Breeze game, and now we are going on towards Haven. But yeah, how's your break, Travis?
I mean, honestly, just got a short little break, but we got to, relax a little bit, get ready for map number 2, game number 2. And I gotta say, looking at it, right, it was a close game, 13-9, but Smith really popped off, by the way. 29-15, nearly a 2 KD in a 22-round game. That is ridiculous, I will say. Especially as the main entry fragger, Normally the main entry fragger, yes, can get kills, but at the same time, right, they usually get traded out. But it feels like Smith, despite being entry, found way more than 1 kill every round. Or 1 kill every round. And honestly, that's what ended up leading towards Rampage's favor, is that their aggressiveness was really just so evident in every round they played. And, honestly, I think Rampage, with how they did in the first map, I am expecting something similar again going to the second one, which is going to be Haven between NOOB Esports and Rampage.
Yeah, no, the you can just see how the both teams were going, how both teams were playing off each other, and it was just really well done, honestly. And with how both teams were playing off each other for their, like, in terms of playing off the util and the contacting up with each other, it was just very, very good from both sides.
Yeah, I think both teams definitely showed their potential. And again, I think, to be honest, I think it's a little bit of a difficult matchup for NOOB Esports to be playing into this. Because, again, they seem like the team that likes to play off information and play off their ability to read. But Rampage, I mean, they kind of just ignore that. Like, it doesn't matter if you read their play. It doesn't matter if you read their strategy. They will just play into you. And that's what they're good at. They just catch NOOB Esports off guard every single time. And I'm expecting something similar like this into Haven, which is a 3-site map. So this is going to be a much more interesting approach to the game, especially since, personally, I think, with the right composition, Haven can also be defense. But traditionally, people assume it is going to be an offense-sided map, which I do also see. But I am expecting Rampage to be playing very aggressively on this map, especially since they're going to be on attack first.
Yeah, and it is actually their map pick as well. So you'd see, hopefully, a lot more coordination and a lot more mastery of this map. Compared to NOOB, but we're gonna have to see how NOOB Esports bring this back around, and we're gonna be loading up into the game very soon, I believe. But yeah, what are we expecting? You think that they're gonna try and play like really aggro like last time with Rampage, Abyss?
I am going to be expecting a bit of an aggressive push again from Rampage. I definitely think that is their whole composition. That is how they play it out. They really like playing with their fast plays, right? And they always play off of each other, especially off of Smith. But Smith also knows how to play off the utility that is supporting him. And that's what I usually expect from the side of Rampage, as I've seen them in game number 1, is that they're going to play it very similarly. But again, I said this before we threw to break, right? That NOOB Esports, they saw the way Rampage plays. I'm assuming here that they have a game plan knowing how this turned out, right? This is going to be Rampage's map. So obviously it could be a bit different. Their approach could be a bit different. They can have a more interesting theory behind it compared to their Breeze gameplay. But I do think Rampage may just stick to what they're comfortable with.
Yeah, and we can see here that they're going, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting how they're going to play this off, and it looks like we're just gonna have a little bit of a wait for this starting of the match, but I'm really excited to see how Rampage is gonna play this. I'm seeing a lot of because Haven's just like notorious for being that 3-site map where you have to there's so much space that you have to take control of.
Yeah, I mean, it's really that kind of map where you have to be wary of everything. And that's why a lot of people like to see it as an attacker-sided map because there's so many options for attackers. But defense, you know, what I expect from defenders is that they should look to contest space most of the time. And if they don't, you want to play for these choke angles, right? Backside, C on your platform. You want to play that crossfire. You can play on A side with the side smoke. There's a lot of capabilities that defense has. Or they can just play for the mid-angle fight, which seems to be the case here.
Yeah, and you can see here, just going for, you know, a default here. And we can see both, we can see NOOB Esports trying to slowly make their way towards taking this mid space here.
Boy, there's a lot of information right now. Neek getting some picks potentially here.
Spike down A.
Yeah, and we do see a little bit of a trade-off happening between both of them. Molly here managing to hear out all this noise, does fight management. Subaru. Will they be able to pick off Ixie though? Unfortunately not. Ixie not managing to whip all their shots on towards this the team passing by on towards Rampage, passing by on towards the B side. And it's all left down to Wally and Balbe in this 2v4 situation. Ceiling being cleared by that recon dart.
2 versus 4. I mean, they have some weaponry on the side of NOOB Esports, but Wally and the Vandal, I mean, they can look for the pick here, but it won't be the case as the Nova Pulse, Smith on the swing. I mean, Wally can look for one, but it won't really matter here because Frag Goblin will be finding the kill with that Guardian, and it will be the bonus going to the side of Rampage. Of course, expected, but now it will be an interesting factor here because they're going to be running into Wally's Hunter's Fury, right? Who has been building up his ultimate through orbs, right? Playing towards forward space. And now they need to be wary of the fact that they can be punished for this. Balbe as well not buying a gun on the previous round simply to save up for the operator. So mid C should be on complete lockdown for the side of NOOB Esports. Rampage, they need to be wary of this.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be just a skirmish on towards this A site here, towards A long. Trying to get as much damage done as possible. Ixie though will be able to back away from this fight down A long.
Oh man, it's gonna be an interesting position now. They do have the run it back actually available on Vanilla, who's picked it up with the orb, and now they're gonna be executing onto site.
Yeah, but won't get anywhere far though towards and as the ult will be shut down. Frag Goblin managing to pick off 3 now. It's now a 2v2. Frag Goblin and Ariane managing to still hold on towards this spike here.
Oh dear. They
The
do have a minute
timing,
left, but I think
Oh, that's tight.
just barely got out. Barely got out. 30 HP would have died, and he had the spike, by the way. So if he ends up falling there, Ariane will have to rotate all the way back towards A side. But there should be a spike planted. But 2 versus 2, I'm not really favoring Rampage here in this situation.
Yeah, and it looks like both Neek and Balbe will just be able to rotate and try and play this retake. But yeah, Frag Goblin literally one shot here. And then being so exposed down. Trying to clear out this CT space here. Trying to minimize any potential risks. Frag Goblin does manage to get spotted out.
1 enemy remaining.
Beautiful shot.
Oh, wait. There's no way. Oh my gosh. That's just crazy.
I mean, Ariane just runs in there right off the bat with a classic in hand and takes him down with a jumping right click classic. And I gotta say, you know, I think I just caster jinxed the side of NOOB Sports there. I said I wasn't favoring Rampage, and Rampage just win it out cleanly in the 2 versus 2. What can I even say? And the Hunter's Fury wasn't even used up by Wally, so there is that kind of factor here. But they are gonna be going on to save, so that puts the side of Rampage on a pretty good advantage. And I'm surprised Rampage has not been playing the way they've played Breeze just yet. But I'm wondering if they're gonna start picking up the pace here now.
Yeah, Frag Goblin managing to get those 4 picks was extremely lucky. Unfortunately, Balbe managing to not let any of the headhunter shots just spray down by Vanilla. And it's all just being left down. Cosmic Divide will be going up for this C-site take here.
3 versus 5. I mean, Cosmic Divide makes it a little bit difficult, and the drone will spot out 4, but what can they make out of this information here?
And we'll know that the majority of the team will be on site. Unfortunately, Ariane managing to bait out for Moped against Subaru here.
No, you don't.
See, managing to pick up Ariane will manage to be able to save this operator, and it looks like yeah, that's just what exactly they'll be doing.
I think Wally will just look for an exit frag, if anything, try to play for a timing, but I think he's gonna try and run on forward here, but if he doesn't get a pick, most likely will just play to die to spike here.
What? Yeah, no, unfortunately it doesn't get the pick, but Ixie sure did against Moped, and will be able to hold on to that off, bringing the score to 2-3 towards Rampage so far.
Oh boy, I mean, honestly, NOOB Sports, they do have a chance here. Again, they have the run it back on Ixie, and they have an operator on Baobei, so there's value going into this round. The thing is now, will they be able to stop Rampage right now? Because it seems like Rampage are leaning towards this A-side hit, but they're going to be defaulting a bit of a position here from Ariane towards the C-side play. So they're going to be playing for that map space on C main, while they fight for the neutral space down A long.
You can see here, Balbe just trying, holding this and managing to get the pick off Vanilla with the operator, teleporting away and safely, and Neek managing to pick up Ariane, Ariane's lock as well. Forcing a bit of, having to try and force the Rampage over here to head towards over this site here, A site here, and Wally and Ixie managing to pick up both Smith and Frag Goblin. It is all left down to Moped, left down in sewers, and will be able to you'll be caught out with this flank. Balbe managing to just what a great first pick there.
I mean, okay, so the way that ended up happening here is that honestly, this is the problem that you run into as attackers here on the side of Haven, right? You want to fight for these spaces, you want to play for these picks, but the thing is, when you're running into such aggressive players on defense, this is where defense shines. You can play for these off angles, you can play for these very forward positions, especially an agent like Chamber, which is exactly what Baobei is doing. That's the factor here that they need to account for, and that's what they're unable to solve at the moment.
Yeah, Baobei will manage to get spotted out tagged out by the owl drone. Then Neek though doesn't get caught out and will be able to play in this smoke. Unfortunately, has to maneuver around the recon dart and gets absolutely swamped down by Moped. Smith being able to take down 2 before being traded out by Ixie.
Watch your eyes.
Oh man, this is exactly what I was talking about, by the way, when it comes to Rampage. Just run it down. That's what they're good at. I mean, and look what happened. The moment they start pushing on forward, they take sides so cleanly. And sure, Smith dies on the backside, but it's a 1 for 3. Very much valuable for the side of Rampage now.
Yeah. And you can see just
One enemy remaining.
Ixie and it's just left down to Wally, and you can see Ariane and Moped just playing for post plant here, not really needing to overextend, and Vanilla's just holding onto this site, trying to walk out, and it would just be yet another save of the operator for team for NOOB Sports.
I mean, it's a close game, you know, like it's going back and forth here, it seems. Well, at least in the past 3 rounds, right? But Rampage, they're playing what they're used to now, it seems. I wonder if they're gonna change things up going into the 8th round, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to run it down again with that, run it back. So I am expecting Vanilla and Smith to just push down a site as fast as possible. But honestly, I think with how things have been turning out, I think NOOB Esports are starting to understand or grasp the way Rampage is playing. And I'm expecting Baobei to play for a pick once again. The question is, will he get the right read? Will he get the right position for his operator? And will he be pushed out by that owl drone once again? We shall see, because he needs to be aware of the fact that I think NOOB Esports, not NOOB Esports, sorry, Rampage are playing very much more defensively right before they execute.
Yeah, and you can see that Ixie here is just trying to work his way over towards taking this window space here with
I have the spike.
with Natsuki here, and the spike will be taken right in front of their eyes, unfortunately, with the timing being there. Nick does take out Smith. So
Timing potentially here.
Yeah.
Looking for the mid play. I mean, look at these angles right from the side of NOOB Esports. I don't think they're gonna be seen just yet, but if Ixie moves a tad bit to the right, might not be getting caught, but instead they find the timing instead.
Yeah.
Spike down mid.
And you can see Ixie here just trying to hold this spike space. Vanilla not really knowing what to do and being quite wary of
Watch your eyes.
where the potential whereabouts locations could be of NOOB Esports here. Does unfortunately get timed out there. Ariane managing to pick off Natsuki, but unfortunately getting traded out by Ixie. And Wally just knowing that, you know, a Moped was lurking around that A side.
They demand a fight.
Timing
Who are
out
we to
there and
disobey?
evens up the score 4-4.
I mean, I like the play that they're doing on the side of NOOB Esports there. I mean, instead of contesting like these extremities, they contest the mid angle, and it allows them to walk up towards window. Now, here's the thing, right? On the side of Rampage, they wanted to recontest mid because they had no information. Here's the thing when you're running Chamber on both sides. You kind of lack a bit of information, to be honest. Normally, you play something like a Cypher to play for those camera angles to contest certain picks or areas, but when you're running Chamber, you need to force the swing, and that's exactly what's happening
Revealing
here.
area.
Yeah, and it's working out for both teams really. You can see NOOB Esports here working their way and just taking control of this long space in kind of like an expectation that Rampage might be able to push. Is gonna push on towards the C side, and Nick here managing to pick off Moped and Frag Goblin before being traded out by Smith. Run it back, will be online, but gets absolutely taken down by Natsuki Subaru. And Smith, unfortunately, will be taken out. Yeah, doesn't clear that cooldown, unfortunately, and Ixie does manage to land
C.
and get these nasty shots on both of them. It's all up down to Ariane now though. Aldrin will be able to spot him out, and Ixie managing to land
There
3.
can only be
Just
one hero.
absolutely amazing. Doesn't get cleared out, unfortunately, and that is what costed Rampage that round.
I mean, honestly, Rampage, I feel like if you're playing this map and you're playing with a Neon Phoenix, just play for the fight, play for the swing. This is looking so uncharacteristic for them based off the first map, right? And maybe this is how they really play Haven, but at the moment, I feel like this is not how they usually are. This is not what they're comfortable with, right? And it's showcasing here. And I think on the side of NOOB Esports, they are looking way more aggressive, it seems. They're fighting for so much space. And in a map like Haven, where there's 3 sides and defenders have to cover 3 areas, you need to play for the space.
You know, they're looking, I mean, it looks like NOOB Esports is taking a page out of Rampage's playbooks here. And it looks like Wally just not being able to clear it out. Managing to pick off Arignon and Smith being picked out by Ixie there. Managing to get 2, not and 3, and it's all just left down to Vanilla in this 5v3 spike in hand here. And it looks like Balbe is looking towards the knife, the patience in hand. And oh my gosh, it's
Sorry,
so
but I could not help myself.
I have no words.
Which gun to pick this time?
I
That
mean,
is crazy.
that's just honestly unfortunate for the side of Rampage, especially for Vanilla there. Now here's the thing, right? I was talking about them playing aggressive, but it ended up not working out for them evidently, and that's because they don't have a lot of pressure anywhere else across the map. And I think that's the thing right now is that NOOB, I told you their reads are really beautiful. Right, so when they read a hard push is coming, they will rotate instantly, and that's exactly what they did.
Play, let's play.
Looks like Balbe will just be, oh my gosh, playing this copy space with the operator. Manages to pick up Vanilla with no repercussions, and Zubru will be able to get Frag Goblin as well. It is now left down to a 5v3 yet again, and
Oh no.
oh my gosh, managing to land a nasty shot onto Ariane there. And it's just left down to Smith and Moped. 5v3 situation. Moped hearing out the owl drone, trying to tuck towards that copy site so that he doesn't get spotted. Wally just jump peeking here. Not really needing to overextend. And Moped will just be waiting on Smith here with Spike. Does catch out Moped though. And 50 seconds left.
Right there.
It's not a lot of options, honestly, for the side of Rampage. They need to push something at this point, and they're re-clearing sewers, right? They have to. Because if they push into A without any short control, it's going to be a bit difficult for them to secure a spike plant. But honestly, if I were them, I'd just save and play for the last round of the half, because there's no way that you end up winning this round off a clutch play. And I think that's exactly what they're planning. They're going to be going for that save because they have no actual entry onto the side, and they can't rotate because they have no map space anywhere.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, you just see the amount of retake ults that NOOB Esports have,
10
and the
seconds
timing
left.
there. Did ECC Moped? Unfortunately not. Moped will be able to pick up one before the round ends though. And it's now 7-4.
Right, the wall bang, and oh no, Moped. You can't be giving up that kill there. That puts him in such a difficult position now. I mean, Moped will still be able to buy a Guardian here, but not as strong, obviously, as a traditional, like, automatic rifle we're talking about here. So the thing is, they lost that round, by the way, but NOOB Esports are still running into this round with 4 ultimates available. Balbe has that Tour de Force, the Hunter's Fury. They have the overdrive, right? I mean, it's going to be very disadvantageous for the side of Rampage despite having a buy round for them, and they need to look for a pick somewhere.
Yeah, and Ixie managing to pick up Frag Goblin. That is going to be a very massive loss of, you know, they don't have any info to be able to push on towards this A site. Hunter's Fury will be able to go down though and manages to land its mark. And it's all just left down, crumbling, and Meek holding on to that C site, managing to play for that retake. And it's now 8-4 towards NOOB Esports here. Looking very, very, you know, looking like the momentum is really, it's definitely swinging their way.
I think right now with how things are turning out for the side of Rampage, they have to change things up here, I think. And honestly, with side swap, this is the perfect time to do it. This is where momentum really shifts, right? So I'm looking forward to how they play off the defense side of the half. But NOOB Esports, so far, they're proving to themselves here, they're proving to everyone here, actually, that when they read your play, they will lock down and shut down any form of potential plan you have. And Rampage, so far, have not found a response to that. So honestly, the defense side, they are looking to play for this push onto A long potentially, and let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, you can see Recon Dart going through. You got the default one, you know, trying to clear out towards that main space. Does manage, will get shut down immediately though.
Vanilla, getting some information. They do get the Nebula smoke to try and block out any info elsewhere, but they need to be wary of the fact that Balbi is actually playing down towards mid. They're not really forcing this A push. Rather, they're forcing rotations. They're forcing util on the side of Rampage towards A side. And this should be a free B, by the way. They only hear a trademark and they know there's 3 on A.
Yeah, you can see here, B will just be left on towards and free here for the two of them. You can see the blind will be going out. XE will manage to get out Vanilla and Subaru getting smacked. It's all just left down into a bloodbath from a link here. And it's all left down to Ariane and Moped.
Yeah, clean round coming out from the side of NOOB Esports as they take down the side of Rampage. And honestly, with how they're playing it so far, they know exactly how to play the attacker side as well. They force rotations, they force utility, and play off the fact that they don't have a lot of information, right? I feel like Rampage, they need to like play for something here. They need to play for an aggressive push, but now they're going to be on the economy. They can't really afford to do so. Now they have to play for picks. So what do you do if you're Rampage? Honestly, NOOB Esports just need to keep what they're doing at play. Constantly make Rampage second guess themselves and play off their instinct, play off their game knowledge. And so far, I think NOOB Esports are doing it perfectly.
You can see here, just playing regular default, just waiting for the for Rampage to try and push out and get some picks here.
Slow play coming out then.
Oh, Balbe managing to pick off Frag Goblin. Will be able to pick off Smith as well. Vanilla will be able to trade out though. Unfortunately, in this 5v2 situation, Ariane being picked off there just signals towards Nubius towards that, hey, Seaside's free, no one else is here. And it's all just down left to Moped and Vanilla with bandits, both with bandits in hand to try and retake this space. Wally though did manage to spot out Moped. And it will all be left down to Vanilla in this eco round.
My ultimate's ready.
Can I just say that Phoenix interaction is so funny to me? Like,
Yeah.
yes, I love playing Valorant where I can get blinded out like 5 times in 1 second, you know? I love this game.
I love this game.
I love this game, but I gotta say, you know, NOOB Esports, they're in double digits now. They're on 10 rounds. And so far, I know that was an anti-eco, don't get me wrong, but they didn't really use that much on their side. In fact, Ixie has to run it back and will be buying a rifle because he only kept his sheriff, mind you, into that second round of the second half. So does have a lot of economy saved up here and can look to execute, getting the orbs, getting the plant, getting the kills, allows him to have this running back. He's a 4 KD right now, I just noticed.
Holy, wait, that's actually crazy. But Wally though, managing to pick up Vanilla, and it's just an absolute bloodbath scene being shown here in Garage. And it will just be a fast take towards the seaside. Moped though, it will pick off Balbe.
This should signal that their lurks are all dead and this should be a seaside hit, in which it is, with the spike going down. 3 versus 4, but I don't really favor the odds on the side of Rampage as Smith ends up falling as well. I mean, at this point, I think you need to save your rifles if you're Rampage at the moment, but looks like they're going to try and find picks here, but it's not going to be very beneficial for them.
Yeah, Subaru and Ixie here both holding this high-low in an incredibly dangerous fashion and managing to give out the score over towards 11-4 towards NOOB Esports.
Yeah, I think the thing is here now for the side of Rampage is that they can't seem to read NOOB Esports whatsoever. And NOOB Esports, they're playing this so clean. Like, it is clinical even dare I say, in the sense of how they're able to play off the information they're given. And I feel like Rampage are trying to force things that are a bit unnecessary. I'm not a big fan of like fighting down through grass when you don't really have that mid push available for them. And that's kind of what they're losing here. So now they're changing things up here. But Balbe
Oh my
just takes on
gosh.
Aryan with a jumping outlaw.
That is absolutely crazy. And we'll just, again, be able to take the C site for
I'm
free.
out of here.
I really do believe Rampage is just giving this up, like giving away so much site space when they don't have anything to really retake site with.
I mean, the problem is that, you know, honestly, with how Breeze is compared to Haven, they're playing it like Breeze. Here's the thing, they give up map space and they play, oh, hold on a second, run it back.
You're dead.
Run it back, trying to go in, will be delayed a little bit by the shock darts here. But Ixie
my
managing
gosh.
to land such clean shots on towards Frag Goblin and Vanilla. It's all
Excuse
left
me?
down. The Moped, hello?
Standing.
How did that happen on Garage?
Wait,
How did Neek
wait.
and Moped cross each other?
That is great. Wait, oh my god, if we could get a replay on that, that would have been amazing to see. Cause like that, hello?
I need to see that on the map and like on VOD. Like, how in the world did they cross each other without seeing each other? That's a very awkward position to be in for both of them, admittedly. But with that being said, you know, it's gonna be NOOB Esports on match point 12-4. I will say that was another save or like somewhat of a half buy from the side of Rampage. But if they're gonna make a comeback, they gotta start doing it now because their lives are on the line here in this game number 2.
Yeah, and it looks like it will just be a C-rush over towards NOOB Esports. Hunter's Fury will be going down, will be unfortunately tag out Avian there, and will be able to get caught out.
Embarrassing.
And it's all
My
left
gosh.
down to Vanilla and Moped yet again in this 12v4. Things not looking all too bright for Rampage here. And unfortunately, Nick, hello, gets caught out mid-TP.
Last player
It's all left
standing.
down to this 2v1
player
here.
standing.
Moped
Moped.
making a 1v1 instead. Hello, sorry, I might have cursed them. It's all left down to Ixie here, 60 HP.
didn't see
Moped
it
looking
cross?
solo, does see them cross and does manage to
win.
clutch up that round. Things were looking scary there. I thought I jinxed
Yeah,
them.
Moped,
Poor guys.
Moped nearly actually got the
Yeah.
clutch there. But with that being said, map number 2 does go to the side of NOOB Esports in a really, really dominating fashion there. 13-4, I believe it was. And honestly, Ixie, 26-5, a 5.2
Ooh, yeah.
KD is ridiculous to me. How do you manage something like that in a tournament like this where every single player has the opportunity to pop off? It's ridiculous. The ACS and economy points are off the charts for the Phoenix on the side of NOOB Esports, and I gotta say that was beautiful from them. That's how you play Haven with a Phoenix comp.
You know, definitely. Ixie absolutely just being incredible from the way that with the the attack push, if the defense as well, just holding in and managing to get the picks that they needed was absolutely well done. And you know, not to mention, you also have Wally, Nick, Balbe, and Subaru as well. You know, being able to land those necessary frags when needed. And unfortunately, Rampage there wasn't able to win out their map pick. So we will be heading over towards the decider map, which will be Split. So that's gonna be fun. Who doesn't love Split here?
Old Split was horrendous, but new Split, I definitely love new Split. Same thing with Breeze. I think I fell in love with Breeze and Split already with how things have changed. And yeah, I'm looking forward to what these two teams have to bring on the map number 3 because this is it, folks. They need to get this map number 3 if they want to win out the series, right? And with what we've seen in map number 2, it's looking like an uphill battle for the side of Rampage, despite it being 1-1 in the series. Because if that map showed you anything, is that the NOOB Esports, when they get a grasp as to how you play your game, you don't have a fighting chance. And that's kind of what happened between them and Rampage. So honestly, I'm looking forward to what Split has to offer, what the two teams have to offer in map number 3.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm very excited as well. I mean, it's been very back-to-back games. You had a very close game with Rampage and NOOB on threes, going 13 with Rampage going 13 to 9, and then you have NOOB absolutely demolishing Rampage on their map pick with 13 and 4. So let's just see what this split game has to offer. We will be right back with a short break, but don't worry. We'll see you guys very soon. Make sure to hydrate, go get some snacks, and yeah, we'll be back.
This ain't a nobody party, money long like I'm a and you all sound the same, just got a different name. Fuck original, you play. Rockin' all your fancy tricks, put all your buzz in lane. You got nothing on me. Blinded from all of the smoke, like Maxine, I'm my dashi roll. Or ties that don't show you the one. Like a gun, why you reap what you sow. When I'm vibing, so rapping. This ain't a nobody party, money. Riding around the globe, drop the dice, I'm on a roll. You know all you do is troll, like you study on the low, tryna figure out the flow. I'm like, yo, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm such a master in my zone, cooking up, switching up. We could light this up, come light this up. Even when you shake me up, I feel the love. When I'm vibing, it's a rapping. You can't stop it, or you wanna talk shit. I gotta put it to the side, put it to the side. Ain't no drama in my job when I drop it. You know, round and globe, drop the dice, I'm on a roll. Drop the dice, I'm on a roll. You know, all you do is roll, like you study on the low. It's so loud, bitch. Put it to the side, put it to the side, put it to the side. What you let me live my life. Put it to the side, what you let me live my life. Let me live my life. Yeah. My life. Put it to the side, what you let me live my life. Let me live my life. Yeah. This ain't a nobody party, money. talked about this. I've been talking in my sleep again, inviting you come tell me to sin, to sin. You're coming to me as an eagle death. I'm trying to keep you under my skin. I hate it, I'm secretly craving your touch, touch, keep feeding mine. Yeah, it's never enough. Sit through my defenses, poison my senses. Give me a touch, not giving it up. Yeah, it's never enough. Sit through my defenses, poison my senses. Give me a change this here for the weekend. Wanna see me drown in the deep end, but I love it when it feels like this. Lips hot, can we cease to exist? But it burns better when it's freezing. Still listening to reason. Yeah, you've already won. Yeah, done feeling all the beat drops, seeing from the treetops. I don't wanna watch it fade. And fuck dealing with a detox, running from the deep thoughts. I know that it's not okay. I keep ticking all the boxes, running back, just give me a response. It's like I tried draining out the toxins, following your doctrines, running out of options. Oh, I'm slipping away, obsessing over little mistakes. It's all the same. Check again, again and again. Stressed to death, I'm stretched a little thin. Swim too deep and drowned in dreams. You laugh 'cause it's just like you wrote. Still stuck, fucked up, I'm screaming it. What's love, come see what you've done. Just once, ask me and I hate it, I'm secretly craving your touch. Keep feeding mine. Yeah, it's never enough. Sit through my defenses, poison my senses. Give me a touch, not giving it up. Yeah, it's never enough. Sit through my defenses, poison my senses. Give me a sit through my defenses, poison my senses. Give me a F-Flex on the beat. F-Flex on the beat. F-Flex on the beat. F-Flex on the beat. F-Flex on the beat.
Es el sueño el motor, son las metas a alcanzar. Siempre hay que descubrir la manera de vivir. Este lugar, esta tierra, tiene tanto que ofrecer. Metas a alcanzar. Siempre hay que descubrir la manera de vivir. Este lugar, esta tierra, tiene tanto que ofrecer. Tiene tanto que ofrecer. Tiene tanto que ofrecer.
welcome back. So sorry about that delay, you know, Valorant OCE thing, or actually in general Riot things, you know, the whole service just crashed, but you know, we are now back with our last and final game for tonight. You know, we have NOOB as always, and then we have NOOB and we have Rampage, and it's going to be on Split. So yeah, I mean, did you like that break? This, I think we had a pretty fun day.
I think the break was nice, but it went on for a bit too long because of the dang Valorant servers crashing. Oh dear. Well, it ended up coming back anyway, so we're back at it once again for the final game of the day between Rampage and NOOB Esports, and I think at the very least we get to close out the series on the stream. It would have been unfortunate if we weren't able to do so, but we are going to be able to do it at the very least, so yeah. So at the very, you know, it's good that it came back, and I'm looking forward to what they have to bring to the table once again for Split, since admittedly, with how those past two games went, I feel like I myself am a little bit interested as to how they'll approach a map like Split, because there's a little bit of a difference here. Breeze and Haven are traditionally rather large maps. Split isn't. So there might be a different approach again. There may be a different way to play it for both teams, but at the very least, I think Rampage, I mean, they gotta just stick to what they're comfortable with and just play that attacking side. It will be NOOB Esports on the defense, so I think they are gonna be planning out some plans against Rampage here on the defense, especially since Split is known as one of the defender-sided maps, but recent VCT stats show that Split is actually now pretty attack-sided to a certain degree, so let's see how that turns out.
No, definitely, and it's going to be well, I mean, look, we're already in game, you know, we're just gonna be waiting up for the game to start, but for the moment, from what I'm seeing, both of the team comps here, you know, you have you have Rampage over here going with the double doors, double smokes, you know, no sentinel, actually no sentinel on both sides, which is going to be very interesting. You have Raze and Jet for Rampage, and then you have Neon, a solo duelist for actually no, not solo, what am I saying, Whaley's right there, Whaley exists. You have both two very fast entry duelists on NOOB Esports side, so it's going to be very interesting how these two teams play a retake and play for space. You have obviously Astro with those recallable smokes and first plant Usul as well, which will be very nice to see. And then you also have you know Sky, crucial map for Sky, you know, with the got the Prowler, got the dog, sorry. Prowler, that's Fade Dude.
Yes.
But yeah, and as well as like the Skyblinds as well, you know, it's just going to be very nice to see how they play off the util there.
Yeah, I think honestly with how this is going, right? And we talked about this, right? You know, or you mentioned it, right? They have no sentinels on both sides. And you don't actually need sentinels on this map when you have Viper. And both teams have that same theory craft. A little bit of a different approach with the fact that one's Neon Whaley and the other one is Raze Jet. Now, who am I preferring here? Honestly, I'm not sure, but I do like Whaley and Neon, and I like the Omen pick over the Astra in my opinion. So, hey, maybe NOOB Esports know exactly how to play such an aggressive comp such as this, you know, and I think with that Neon Whaley, I feel like, funnily enough, they may be the more aggressive team, especially since they're force stacking A of all sides, which is a very interesting approach.
You can see the round starting off right here. And it will just be a very fast bloodbath here. Paranoia will be going out and they will be trying to fight towards this A space. Asuki will be gaining the first pick with Smith trading out Vanilla. Smith will be able to get another one off Valbe, and Wally will be picking up Smith there. 3v3 now.
Oh boy.
Up towards this Haven space. Wally will be able to tell that they are going to be rotating through this mid space. Nick over here is holding on to this B space now.
I like this play, taking over the B main space that allows at the very least an off-angle potential pick here, and will be Nick collecting it, finding a second, finding a third. Nick with a bandit, able to finish off 3 players all on his own, and pistol round will be going towards NOOB.
You know, excellent play there by Nick. Just playing for time there and managing to win out those frags. That was absolutely incredible. Just holding onto that B main space, just not needing to overextend or rotate over. Managing to land NOOB their first pistol round.
I mean, now, honestly, with how the side of NOOB esports are playing this, I mean, pistol is very good, and I think it gives them quite the advantage here. But honestly, Baobei needs to be a bit careful here.
Yeah, it does manage to pick up Frag Goblin though. We'll be able to re-swing this. They have Spike over towards an A main though. And Moped is just stuck here with it. But does NOOB esports know that their side has been breached? You know, Smith and Ariane over here just holding towards this screen space, not really knowing what to do.
This is a very awkward position for both teams, I'll be completely honest with you. And I think they are aware of it because Ixie is holding on to that screen's position, but Moped has the spike, mind you. I don't know how he's going to make it back to the rest of his team here because they are really split up, no pun intended.
Yeah, you see this Moped here just stuck over towards this suicide. And yeah, Smith and Ariane over here just need to try and make a play to try and get Moped safe and sound. See here, Ixie just holding on to this sewer space.
30 seconds left.
Not knowing really where everyone is, yeah.
Bandit.
Spike down
Neek,
mid.
once again with the bandit
enemy
kill, and
remaining.
Ixie finds Smith. I mean, honestly, it's gonna be a flawless round. Ariane with 14 seconds. I think you need to, well,
10
honestly, you kind of
seconds
just need
left.
to perish here, so to speak.
Yeah.
I think that's the only option you really have. So, I mean, if you get one, that's perfectly fine as well.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep him alive. They're gonna keep him alive.
Hello? Wait, they're just scattering! Oh my gosh.
He's gonna lose so much economy on that. He's only on 2-5.
That's actually so rough. Hello? And now it's 2-0 for NOOB. NOOB played that except like really well there, and now he has nothing. Just a bandit to his name.
I mean, we've seen Neek with a bandit do really well. I mean, Ariane can pop up with the bandit, or at the very least, if they get traded out,
Gun here.
hey, who knows? It could be like a save on economy to a certain extent, right? So let's see how Rampage plays this out, because you're gonna be running into the Outlaw of Baobei, and they are mostly on light or regen armor, so it's basically an operator.
Right here. Managing to pick up Smith, and does manage to land a heavy shot on towards Ariane here. Look, hang on, my Ariane and Frag Goblin managing to pick out. Will be able to heal up some amount of damage. And it's all left down to a retake situation for NOOB esports
Spike
here.
planted.
I mean, it's gonna be 4 versus 3, low HP on the side of Frag Goblin. They are gonna be looking for the retake from Ramp, but it's gonna be a difficult position nonetheless. 4 players left alive. They need to be wary of this crossfire they're setting up, but NOOB, they're taking their time here, trying to clear out even main, it seems, but again, it's just such a difficult angle for them to play off of.
You can see all of the Rampage players playing very close quarters here. Will be stunned from that Neon stun, and the Viper volley killing them. Moped is all left down to Moped though. Time ticking down, and
Do they have
will
time?
be able to get that off. They do actually get
do.
that.
Oh my gosh, just barely
Oh my
though.
god, yeah, but it's 34 milliseconds left on that spike. A really good clutch there by NOOB esports. Yeah.
I gotta say, NOOB esports, how in the world did they pull off that retake despite having a numbers disadvantage? Granted, the thing is, they're all stuck in sight, and that's the tough part, right? You have numbers, you have 4 versus 3, but the question is, you kinda have to take solo fights or play a 1-on-1, a 2-on-2 crossfire, right? The third and fourth player can't really play off you in those angles, so that's the difficulty there when you only have sight as attackers, and yeah, they get punished for it.
Yeah, and unfortunately Baobei will be able to pick up Smith here without any consequences. Moped picking up Nick in this mid space, and this mid space just being contested. Baobei managing to get another one. Own Moped. 1 hit will be 1 tap though. We'll be trying to explore this mid space. Doesn't pick off Arian, no. And it will be a 3v3.
remaining.
Oh my gosh, Wally with those
down, B.
clean shots. And it's all left down to Arian. Wally there. Caught out with the util in hand, pushing up towards that B main space. And then we'll just be left down to Ixie and Natsuki here for the retake.
Ixie and Natsuki looking for the retake indeed, as you mentioned. Spike will be planted for Aryan, but it's a double flank, and I think with this position, there is a chance for Aryan to play for this fight, especially if he can find a way to isolate the duel, right? And it seems to me that with the Trailblazer kind of exposing things here, he can look for an off angle that would be beneficial for him.
Yeah, and it looks like Ixie though, just managing to just managing to land a nasty shot.
My gosh, honestly, with how things are turning out, NOOB Esports, yes. They are going to be going on 4 rounds now, and it was a force buy, mind you, from the side of Rampage, right? So, I mean, they don't have economy going to the next, but are they going to force again? That's the question. Or will they go for a safer play? And it seems like they are going to be leaning a little bit towards a safer play for the Sheriffs. And, you know, I always say this. You can always trust a high elo player on a Sheriff against rifles. The one-shot potential with a headshot can never be looked down upon, and that's exactly what I'm hoping to see from Rampage, especially with how they've been playing on map number 1. I think I hope they can bring that back here in map number 3.
Yeah, I hope so too. And then you can see our contestant here though. There will be the Waylay ultimate going down, and we'll be able to hit all 3 of the players in main though. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for NOOB Esports, and they managed to get all the guns that they needed, left down to a 2v4 now, left down to Neek and Ixie. What a roundabout turn of events here.
That was rather unfortunate because Natsuki kind of whiffed quite a bit of bullets there to a degree. And honestly, I think that was a pretty good play from the side of NOOB. But the thing is, I mean, the play doesn't really work if you can't really land your shots. And that's kind of what ended up happening on the side of NOOB. And now, I think they're just taking advantage of this. Despite it only being Sheriffs, like I said, you can beat rifles despite having only a pistol. And Aryan may want to do the same.
Yeah, Aryan here, trying to be a little bit cautious, but does get cleared out by Ixie. And it's all down. This Ixie trying to wait out, trying to clear out this space here. Okay, though. Oh my god, just absolutely going to swing that, and it's all left down to Nick. I'm ticking down. Just get spotted. We'll get Vanilla, but unfortunately, Frag Goblin will be able to get that trade. 4 going 4-1 now.
I mean, honestly, with how this turned out, they were on a safe, by the way, in a sense. I mean, they had armor, they had Sheriffs, so not necessarily a thrifty, in a sense, but they end up saving so much money going in, or so much credits going into the next round, that I think they're sitting rather comfortably. And mind you, they have 4 ultimates and Vanilla's 1 away from the Blade Storm. They can quite literally take a full advantage of their utility and just swarm site here.
Yeah, and that is exactly what they will be doing. We have the Seekers coming out now. And oh my god, what a are they trying to refract away from the rocket launcher there? Unfortunately gets taken down by Smith either way. And looks like they will just have sight landed for free. Cosmic Divide will be gone down.
Boy.
And it's all just left down to this 3v3. Paranoia coming out, trying to play for Spike Overdrive. Natsuki here, managing to get 1, not 2, but 4 people in this round.
I mean, honestly, NOOB are... You know, if Rampage lived up to their namesake in map number 1, NOOB Esports are not doing that at all. They don't look like noobs at all. They are quite literally one of the... playing this so well, to the point that it just reminds me of map number 2, and we might see a repeat here of an insane game from the side of NOOB Esports. And you know, despite the utility being in the advantage of Rampage, they had the Showstopper, they had the Cosmic Divide, they had the Seekers that were all activated. It didn't matter in the end because they just couldn't seem to hold on to sight. And if they are unable to play off the space they make, then all is lost.
Yeah, no, the retake from NOOB is just absolutely incredible. You have those sky flashes, you have the guiding light, you know, to be able to make their way through, you know, and clear that close quarters. You can see Nick here is trying to play for time. He does get spotted out by Smith, unfortunately, and will manage to get down Spike though. And Nick getting one, getting two. Hello, Nick is actually like popping off. Ariane though will be able to pick off Pixie. Oh, with Wally. Double picked up. Oh my gosh. Getting picked off there.
He's reflanking.
Yeah.
I don't think Aryan will be expecting this. Like, no way you expect a reflank from Nick, who most likely is assumed to be playing male in this angle. But instead, Nick is gonna find an easy pick here down towards heaven.
The timing here.
And I just
no. Wait,
Spike down B.
Nick in this 1v1 situation, 38 HP left, just has to play time. Vanilla though, in a very rough situation. Oh my gosh.
No way this happens again.
So intense. This is so intense.
He thinks he's
tapping
Ali.
for bomb. Just trying to buy time now.
10 seconds left.
Oh, this is looking very awkward. He can't look to plant on default.
And you can actually stick
Spike
that. We'll have
planted.
to stick it. It's all left down to how these two players got
Awkward
out.
position
23
for both.
HP. Yeah. 23 HP. Hang around a Rosie. Vanilla trying to play for backside. And Nick is just better. Vanilla actually just crouching, unfortunately, into Nick's headshot there. And Nick will be breathing a sigh of relief for NOOB Esports there as he clutches up that round.
Nick played that so well. I mean, if anything, I'll be honest, I'm not really familiar with who's the IGL here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Nick, because that was just an outbrain from the side of this Viper, right? On the side of NOOB Esports. And honestly, that's a bit heartbreaking if you're Rampage losing out a round like that, where you kind of had the advantage. Sure, maybe not the biggest, but it was definitely something they could have played for. And now they're going to be running into the Seekers that is available on Ixie, and they need to be aware of the fact that they can't really play off the Viper ultimate if it chooses to target the Viper. The Seekers choose to target the Viper in the Viper spit.
Yeah. And can see Nick here just trying to hold this mid space. We'll be finding a little bit of a skirmish here. On the side of Rampage. Rampage just trying to slowly walk up here, but unfortunately gets touched. This gets timing. Ixie with that swing, and it would just be a free spike. A NOOB Esports yet again. Well, Moped won't be. Yeah, Moped won't be going down without a fight, and does manage to take down one with him.
Look at A. Triangle.
Yeah, wait.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, both Vanilla and Ariane here, just trying to scope out the way. But hang on, hold on. Why are we losing all this space? Why are we leaving Spike all by ourselves? And it's just left down to Wally though in this 1v3. Does manage to get Vanilla.
30 seconds left.
And does manage to get the reposition. Moped getting caught out there. And it's all left down. Holy! No. What am I watching? What am I watching?
I cannot understand how that happened. Wally with the 3 just gets them for free. And like, honestly, that shouldn't even happen on the side of Rampage. They had a 3 versus 1. It's similar to what Nick did.
Yeah.
And Wally, again, this is just heartbreaking for the side of Rampage. On rounds that they should be winning, they can't seem to catch a break. They are unable to close out rounds. They're unable to actually play for their numbers. And now, they look a bit desperate.
You can see Balba here trying to find a pick. We'll be able to pick up Vanilla though. That's just crazy. What a... Trying to take this space, and Smith will be able to get up to ramps. Will be being held though. Frag Goblin will be getting tagged by that Outlaw, looking particularly low. You can see here, it's just a 4v3.
Spike not yet down.
Yeah.
Screen down.
They're even pushing into this. The Boombot doesn't really spot him out, but the spike will be planted. 4 versus 3. There it is. There's the Viper's Pit plus
my
Seekers
gosh.
will make this difficult. Smith though gets killed. The Neek.
Yeah. But Smith though absolutely locking down the Viper's Pit, and now Ixie just needs to wait for Wally. Well, look, Frag Goblin is particularly low.
Blinding.
Last player
The timing
standing.
here. Unfortunately,
Out of charges.
Ariane just having a really good timing there, managing to catch Wally off guard, and it was just very unfortunate. And
Yeah, it was so
now
off
we
guard
have.
that. Oh, sorry, yes?
I was gonna say now we have Rampage coming in with their second round of this half, and it looks like they will be calling a timeout here.
Yeah, they quite literally doubled their round wins. Sorry. But honestly, I mean, it was a good play coming out from the side of Rampage there, clearing out the side and then playing for the Viper's Pit. Despite playing into Seekers, mind you, which will definitely make things a little bit difficult for their side. The thing is, though, is that they had a really good crossfire setup, and I think a little bit of an overplay coming out from the side of NOOB Esports kind of costed them that round. Like, overspraying in a Viper's Pit, I get the want to spray through the Viper's Pit. I get it. But
Yeah.
if you're not ready for the swing, you can get heavily punished, and that's exactly what happened to the side of NOOB Esports, right? They tried to spray through the smoke. They tried to play for a spam, and it just didn't end up working in their favor, and that's what ended up happening in that round, right? And now the thing is, they are still in a decent spot. Don't get me wrong, but they're going to be running into the Cosmic Divide. They have a showstopper, which is probably why Rampage called this timeout, to know exactly what plan they should execute here.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to be looking towards an A rush here.
Be the push towards the A side. They do have a mid lurk on that asteroid with Moped, but Baobei, I don't know if that Trailblazer spotted it out. Because remember, it's like nearsighted to a degree, so
Yeah.
I actually don't know if this Waylay was seen.
You have the Cosmic Divide going down, and you see Bombay. Oh my! I'm trying to do that refract attack again, but unfortunately it doesn't. Yeah, I mean it did work, but unfortunately it still gets shut down by a smash here.
Yeah, he's trying to open. Yeah, out in the open. Wally gets caught out off guard as well.
Yeah, and it's now a 2v3 situation. Does hear the guiding light though, and so attention will be drawn over towards ramps.
Scout destroyed.
See, spotting them out at the very least, at least one player, but I don't think they can really play for this since they no longer have this heaven control. I think they'd much rather just go for the save. They are down in the dumps in terms of their credits, so might as well just play for the next round. It doesn't look very winnable. And you know, that was only a few ults used, or like only like 1 or 2 ults used on the side of Rampage, right? So they still have that Seekers going to the next, and so it's gonna be a bit rough for NOOB Esports now, and at least I'm starting to see a bit of life from the side of Rampage. They're starting to get like ahead of. They're not getting ahead of themselves anymore, right? They're not being desperate. They're taking every play consistently and like concise, right? They're not overcomplicating themselves. They're playing direct, and that's kind of what they do best at. They are good at playing these hard head-on fights, and it's working so far in their favor. They're hard executing. Now they are shifting towards B. Let's see if they can kind of do that similar play on this side instead.
Cover going out.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Balbe just trying to play with the volley over here. You can see some util going out from the side of Rampage. Things are just taking a little bit slow though.
A cross here from Arya. Neek just only has a knife out, and they're trying to just play for the info, right? They're not playing for a pick. They're playing for info, and that can work. The thing is, they can run into a huge push coming out from Rampage, and I think Rampage are definitely going to be looking for that with the Seekers being activated.
Nice and slow down.
Yep, and we do see them being able to push out here. Both players. Wally not being able to get cleared out though. Look, doesn't manage to.
One enemy
Does
remaining.
manage to get spotted out by Vanilla, and it's just an excellent side execute there. Aryu in there.
Wally.
Last round in the half.
Oh, sorry. Honestly, Wally that was so unfortunate. He got the paranoia shouted step play, and it just didn't work out. Didn't land the shots onto that player, and honestly, it was just a bit unfortunate on his side, but in the sense that it's just the gun disadvantage, right? It's harder to aim with the Sheriff, especially in intense situations like that. And honestly, it nearly worked. And that's what I like about the way they played it, right? But at the end of the day, he was on his own on site, and it was just free pickings for the side of Rampage.
Yeah, and you can see here, Rampage is gonna be trying to do the same thing, just playing slow.
Blinded.
The Guardian Light
Street,
will be able
sorry, yes.
to. The Guardian Light will be able to get some
Toxins
info
going
there.
poison orb emitting.
In position. They are aware of each other now, and I don't think they're aware of Ixie, and so I think they don't want to fight into this. And this is the right call from Rampage. I'd rather not play into this because this could be a potential bait, which it is a bait in fact. But Natsuki could fall into the false sense of security that maybe they backed away. Neek has to be very wary of this lurk from Ariane.
You've got Subaru managing to pay off that Waylay ultimate just fine. And you can just see that's all just left down to Frag Goblin, and it's just in that 1v3, and unfortunately Balbe just managing to clear
Switching
things up.
sides.
That conversion pass was absolutely amazing.
It was really good. It was really good
Yeah.
utility coming out from their side. And it's funny because I think Natsuki's took advantage of their own their enemy Viper wall, because he was able to cross towards the left side and get a 1v1 off of that wall itself. So not very fortunate for the side of Rampage there. And of course, you know, it was a trap play from Rampage, and I think from NOOB Sports, and Rampage did read it, but they just couldn't really execute, you know. And that's something that's becoming a trend in the series, that both teams are reading each other. It's just one team has the better chemistry with each other, and that's kind of like what's being shown here. NOOB Esports are finally meshing well in these last two games.
You know, definitely, and we can see that Barbe looking to go on a little bit more aggressive. Does here someone does defense. Aryu doesn't manage to get cracked. Unfortunately, with Star and Ixie manages to pick up Aryu, and they will be able to go over towards this B side. Will they be able to clear out Moped though? Doesn't get spotted, but unfortunately, does eventually get the picks. What am I witnessing as it now goes over to a 3v2 now?
Spike
This is rather
planted.
awkward, right? This low HP on Ixie though, so it is possible for the side of Rampage to play this, but not a lot of info to work with. They are wary of a potential mid lurk, but now Wally has walked himself down towards the box area.
One enemy
You can see them, Wally managing to pick up Vanilla, but Frag Goblin managing to land these shots, 20 HP left on the line, and it's all left down to Nick landing such a clean shot, despite Frag Goblin being 1 HP, managed to land such a clean headshot, and it's now 9-4 towards NOOB.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with how NOOB are playing this, I am surprised. I'm not surprised, sorry, with how well they actually know their composition, much more so compared to Rampage, right? And I think they're much more comfortable looking at the moment with this Viper comp. They know exactly how they want to play off their information and how they want to play off of the map space they take. And look at the way it's being played, right? They have a Waylay Neon, might as well force the fight, force the map space, despite it being a rather interesting one, nonetheless, because they only have really Sky for info.
Yeah, and you can see them both walking down. You can see Rampage just walking down mid, trying to hold this space here. Wally though managing to trying to hold out this mid space. Unfortunately, will be pushed back, unfortunately, by the guiding light here. Does manage to pick up Aryan, and Vanilla is just an absolute martial bloodbath here. Has to switch out to his classic, but picks off 3 and will be able to just bring it up
One
to
enemy
a
remaining.
4v1 now, and it's all just left down to Moped. Will be spotted out by the Trailblazer there.
Moped is in the tough spot. BD Bolt comes out, and I don't think there's much you can do there if you're the Astra, right? It's gonna be anti-eco round going to the side of NOOB Esports, double digit as well. This looks very familiar, no, Mal.
Yeah, no, this is looking quite scary for the side of Rampage, trying to, you know, they need to come up with something. Something needs to work out here, or else, you know, I mean, they had such a fabulous map 1 on Breeze, you know, it's just such a shame. It would be such a shame to just lose it out like this against NOOB Esports.
I don't think Rampage are out for the count just yet, and I'm sure they're hunting for more here, especially since this is the bonus. They have to win this out if they want to get themselves a fighting chance.
Oh my god, and Nick just getting the timing there, unfortunately. And then we'll just manage to get sight for free. Aryan, though, will be able to pick off Nick, and he gets to pick off Balbe. Unfortunately, Wally will be able to trade off, though, and your Moped.
Wally.
Oh my god, Wally!
Wally with a 3, and honestly, it's looking like an... wait, didn't I just say this exact same statement a while ago? I said this exact same statement. I just caught myself repeating myself. I'm so sorry. Well, again, it's like map number 2. That's why this looks so familiar. It's like map number 2. 10-4, and they win out the bonus. This is exactly like map number 2, no? And if anything tells me, if my instincts tell me anything, this could literally be a 13-4 once again. But this time, it's not necessarily one player popping off, it's everyone popping off on the side of NOOB Esports.
Oh my gosh. And you got the convergent pass laying in, and the site execute is just brilliant. They have no guns to try and hold this back, and Balbe just wanted to back off, not wanting to give them any guns here. It is just the eco. Moped will be able to pick up Natsuki though before getting traded out by Wally. And it's just an absolute bloodbath.
I mean, it's a team ace for the side of NOOB Esports, and that was a save round again from the side of Rampage. It's 12-4 again. I don't want to repeat myself again, but they need to make a comeback here, Rampage. This is the last map of the series. It all lies on this. This is where you need to start showing up here if you're Rampage. They have the Cosmic Divide, they have the rifles here, but honestly, we need them to pop off in this round, and looks like they are gonna force a fight.
I've got your trail.
Yeah, and it looks like, it will just be a bloodbath, trying to delay with the paint shots, but the paranoia
Oh my gosh.
giving Balbe just the freest 2K map would be able to avenge trying to mitigate some of the damage before being traded out by Nick, and it's all left down to a 3v3 now. Are you? Oh my god, Wally. No way. It's all just left down to Vanilla here. Will be able to pick off Nick. Unfortunately, and just, oh my god.
Attackers win.
What a way to end out that series. 13-4 yet again towards NOOB Esports, and that NOOB Esports are your winners for tonight's series. But honestly, huge like props to Rampage there. Honestly, they had such a solid first game, right? And they tried their best within those last few games to try and make a comeback. But NOOB got that wake up call. NOOB like woke up after that Breeze game and was like, no, we need to lock in.
Definitely. They definitely understood the assignment here, and they were able to pass with flying colors. And speaking of flying, I felt like Balbe and Natsuki were flying across the map, mind you, getting all over the place, getting these important frags. Balbe got into heaven off that Wally paranoia. And I mean, wow, that was just beautiful coordination from the side of NOOB Esports. And we talked about it a while ago in the pregame, right? Before the series even started, NOOB Esports are a well-seasoned team. They've played in these kind of tournaments for so many times already. And I think the experience shows here. Their team chemistry is top of the line, I'd say. And it was very much evident in this series. And I think with that being said, right, Rampage, they aren't out just yet. This is the group stage, mind you. So it's not necessarily the end of their journey, but I will say they are going to be playing on a much more difficult state, given the fact they've lost their first series here against NOOB Esports.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like they need to just give themselves some pound on the back, because with how they played, that was just they had showed such a a violent display of prowess on that Breeze game, and being able to take as many rounds as they did from NOOB, with being with how prestigious they are within the OC region. Like it's you can see how close the games were.
Yeah, I think overall that's where we got to see the dominance, right? Also, and the games are definitely competitive. I will say, but with how things were shown here, I think NOOB Esports are gonna be one of the teams you gotta look out for in this tournament, right? And I'm looking forward to their journey, right? I'm looking forward to the journey here in the TXG circuit. With that, honestly, it's really just the overall synergy that they showed. And with winning the first series, they put themselves in an advantageous spot in this tournament. And of course, I don't think they're going to be sitting comfortably, given the fact they have way more opponents to fight up against. And I'm sure they aren't going to take things lightly. And they are going to be watching every step they take. But now, I'm sure they have the confidence as they move on forward. Rampage, however, they need to step up here in this tournament if they want to keep themselves going and move on to the playoffs.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, NOOB is going to be able to breathe at least a sigh of relief, for being able to clutch up this series for tonight. But we're just gonna have to see where that takes them throughout this invitational. But a few closing words. Thank you for you Abyss for being my co-caster. It was lovely to work with you and cast with you here tonight. Thank you for Prod being such amazing supporters in the back. They you had to fix a lot of stuff. There were some Prod issues in the background, but eventually everything worked out just fine. And thank you for you guys, the viewers, for watching this game and for supporting your teams. And I really appreciate it for you guys and for everyone here that was tuned in with us. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll hopefully see you guys within the next few streams throughout this month. And we will see you guys tomorrow back with some more games. Where we will have a Group A and Group B. We'll have the second game for Group A, and then we'll have the first and second game for Group B. So we'll hopefully see you guys there.
Let's just hope it's not too late. We've gotta get away from here. We've gotta get away from here. Sweet. fell too far, and we don't wanna watch you fall. Catch me trying to make you change. Let's just hope it's not too late. You've gotta get away from here. You've gotta get away from here. You've gotta get away. Just sit in the water.
Okay.